All right, so now we're gonna cover the roof block. So the roof block is used a lot. A lot of people know it, a lot of people use it, and there's a lot of different ways to use the roof block. Essentially, what a roof block is me raising up and pointing the tip down and creating this roof here. All right, so this is going to be used from anywhere between an angle 1 and an angle 8. So anything in this range right here can be used a roof block. Now, this is also, that range is what people would call a caveman strike. This big overhand, forehand strike, a lot of people do it. A lot of untrained people do it. It's probably one of the reasons why this is really common. So let's think about our ranges and how we would use this. One, I would never want to stand here and just block and assume that my block in this not super strong position is going to be able to hold off his super strong attack, right? It's probably going to crash into me if I do absolutely nothing, right? So first option, now this is more of the bladed option, is I'm going to move slightly backwards. Now when I'm doing this, I have a few options. I could take just one step back and leave my front foot. The pros of doing that is I'm actually in this same spot, right? So I'm here, and now it's gonna cut through. From a long range, you're never gonna be able to stop their strike. It's always gonna cut through, so just be prepared for that. Most of the time they won't hit the leg, but sometimes you do have bad luck and they will swipe down and hit the knee, right? Bad luck happens. But most of the time you're gonna be out here, boom, it's gonna swipe through, and then you should be, if you only moved your back foot, right? Moving my back foot moves me out of range, right? Go ahead and do that again. Right, I'm in range, I'm out of range. Now this is my secondary because we always assume that they probably are moving a little bit forward because they want to hit us as well. So go ahead, boom, I'm blocking, it cuts through, and then I'm able to strike. So that's more of the longer range version of this. Now there's the closer range version of this. So he's gonna go ahead and throw this. Now, he raised his arm up really high and I could see the puño. So if that's the case, I'm gonna block here. I'm gonna block on his wrist, and if I can, catch puño, bottom of the sword, pummel, whatever it is. And I'm also gonna be supporting with my other hand because again, he's crashing down. Even if I'm here, he's force it through. I'm not able to stop that, especially when he starts a strike and not just muscles, but he was able to just muscle through. It's not a super strong position, but if I brace it, muscle through. He's not gonna be able to muscle through, right? And John's a lot bigger and stronger than I am, so he should be able to, but I've got a good frame there, and I've got 2 versus 1, so I'm gonna be able to hold off on that. Now granted, I'm not just gonna hold him there, because it's not gonna be the best option either. So nice and slow again. I would come in here, and now, depending on what my options are, a lot of time I would either clear it and just strike right away, or I can go for my overhooks and start doing closer range grappling. Again, that is a stick technique, that is not a sword technique. If you do that with a sword, maybe you win. Good luck. Let me know how that goes. I didn't tell you to do it though. All right, so again, main 2 ones, distance, boom, I'm out, he passes through. I close the distance, right? And I'm framing, I'm using both. I either clear it so that I can get whatever my counter is. If he has a lot of puño right there, boom, I got a disarm already, it's great. If not, whatever, I could overhook, I could do whatever. Another option is to move, let's go stand right here, is to angle in. And now when I angle in, it's kind of like I'm staying still because of how it is. I'm not gonna be crashing in a whole lot, but because I'm angling off, I have a little bit less risk to me. It's still a little bit more risky. This is when you kind of tried to close in, but maybe your footwork wasn't on par and you kind of got a little bit closer, but you weren't able to crash all the way in. So he throws that same angle, boom. All right, reach out and cast out a little bit more. Boom. All right, so I'm off to the side. Notice I'm able to hit vital targets. I'm here. I still have to worry about this. Right now, I'm just in the perfect spot. If I was a little bit off on my angling, I could still get hit, because remember, his weapon is gonna go down once it hits mine. Boom, here. So I wanna try to, if I'm angling off, move to the point where I'm just out of range of his, but he's gonna be in range of mine, right? And now if he wanted to, everyone always says this and I always thought it was kind of weird, like, oh, how can I hit him and he can't hit me at this angle? Well, the thing is I'm reaching and he's not, but he's already gonna have started his reach and be on the retraction point, which is the reason why I would be able to hit him and he would not. If he wanted to reach out right now and hit me, he could. He didn't even have to lean his body. But because his actual strike was happening right here, he's not gonna be able to change it that fast. And if he does, it means he has no force, and I'm not really scared of this anyways. He started his strike, and then at contact, most of the time, elbow starts to bend, hips start to turn backwards, and the weapon's coming in. So now his weapon is a little bit more retracted. Because I just did my block, I would still be in range to hit him right off of my block before he's able to do anything else, because he's not gonna be able to strike with a powerful strike and then make it also go off to the side. There's no power. Even with a sword, I'm not scared of that. There's no actual power that he could have behind that, because people can't strike hard and then change it. Doesn't work, right? So if you ever wondered why you can angle off and you can touch them but they can't touch you, it's only if they're actually swinging through with a strike and following through and not just playing patty kicks with sticks. So one more time, just here, boom, he drives through and I'm able to hit because he's already on that retraction phase.